all together so we can get a picture. Okay, if you please read the oath of office in unison. Raise your right hand.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people. So help me God. I, Joe Schwartz, solemnly affirm that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of the Board of Education, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform the Lakewood duties of the office of all duties of that office according to the best of my ability. Help me God.
At this point, I would open the floor to the nomination for president.
I'd like to nominate Carl Fink for president.
I second.
Any other nominations on the floor? Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
It's not here. He wasn't in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Schwartz?
Yes.
Mr. Seitler?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
Yes.
Mr. Zlatkin?
Yes.
And Mr. Munn?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mr. Fink, would you like to take over and have the election for the vice president?
At this time, we're going to nominate a vice president. Do I hear a nominee?
I nominate Steve Seitler.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz?
Yes.
Mr. Seitler?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
Yes.
Mr. Zlatkin?
Yes.
Mr. Munn?
Yes.
Motion passes.
From this point right now, we're going to make a couple of minor seating changes, so everybody has to excuse me. I'm going to give the secretary, this is the new voting and seating arrangements. Would everybody just mind moving into their new seats and their voting?
This is the ratio. What's the arrangement?
I'll come here, no?
Arlene, you want to move everybody around? And that's the new voting arrangement too.
Mr. Munn would be the first one on that end.
He's the chair.
Schwartz is second. Mr. Silver third. Mr. Seitler is fourth. Tiff, you're on. Next to Mr. Fink.
Right now, we're going to do the appointment of board legal counsel. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby appoints the law firm of Schwartz, Simon, Edelstein, and Celso, LLC as general counsel and Labor Council effective May 4th, 2012, and until the 2000 organization meeting. All services to be billed.
2013.
Said 2013 organization meeting. All services to be billed at the blended rate of $200 per hour. This resolution is made without public bidding in accordance with law because it is a professional service. Any district policy or practice which might require the solicitation of proposals is hereby waived and be further resolved that the period commencing April 23rd, 2012 and ending May 3rd, 2012, the firm of Schwartz, Simon, Edelstein and Seltzer, LLC, shall be interim board general and labor council, during which time its billing shall not exceed $17,500, also at the blended rate of $200 per hour, so as to comply with all applicable procurement laws, and therefore shall serve pursuant to the preceding paragraph of the resolution, and be it further resolved that the services of Michael Linsenbrook as attorney for the Board of Education are hereby terminated effective immediately, subject to the remainder of the resolution, and be it further resolved that Michael Linsenbrook is hereby directed to turn over immediately all files related to the Lakewood Board of Education to the firm of Schwartz, Simon, Edelstein and Seltzer, LLC, for further handling and execute any necessary substitutions of attorney, providing, however, that the new General and Labor Council shall determine in its sole discretion whether there are any matters in which the interest of the Board of Education should be best served by allowing Mr. Linsenbrook to consider in such matters only, and is further resolved that Schwartz, Simon, Edelstein and Seltzer, LLC, shall determine whether any other legal counsel is representing the Board of Education in any matter, and shall report its findings to the Board of Education as promptly as possible for further action as the Board deems fit. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Mund?
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Seidler?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
Yes.
Mr. Slotkin?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mr. Greenspan is now here, by the way. Could you officially acknowledge Mr. Greenspan arrived?
I'm sorry.
Mr. Greenspan, I wasn't here for the resolution.
If you could officially acknowledge his attendance.
Mr. Greenspan is here at this time. 6:15.
At this time, I would like to ask Council Jonathan M. Bush to join us here at the podium. Also at this time, I would like to ask Teskey Seidler, the Vice President, to speak about item 4, direction of 2 RFPs.
I'd like to make a motion, be it resolved that the Board Attorney is hereby directed to prepare and have issued the RFPs for Title I, Chapter 192, Chapter 193, Chapter 226, and IDEA services forthwith, and that such issuance shall not disqualify any prior submissions for such services, and it should be handed in for the administration to be advertised before, and for us to approve by the next meeting. Second.
I'm sorry, who made the first? What was that?
I
Mr.
did.
Seidler? Yes.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Mund?
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Seidler?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
I'm sorry, yes.
Mr. Slotkin?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
And Mr. Friedman.
Yes.
Motion passes.
At this time, the members of this board ran 2 years ago and this past week on items that we all felt as parents and residents of Lakewood that were very, very important to our children, the residents of Lakewood, And at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Tip to review quickly the 10 points that we are going to face over the next year. Nothing is going to be, everything we do is going to be a challenge. We have many obstacles, both public and non-pubs, that for the first time we're going to actually ask leaders of the communities, residents, parents to get involved. We're going to have some ad hoc committees, if it's legal, to do what we want to do, and hopefully within the next 12 months, major differences will be seen by every parent, resident of Lakewood. Mr. Tiff.
Thank you. I also like to welcome the new board members to the board, and also congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And also the new attorney as well.
Thank you.
One of the quick points that I just wanted to mention, that we are going to continue with the with moving forward with looking for a new superintendent to create stability in the administration here at the board and with the administration, to revise the budget, all right, to take another look at the budget to see exactly what some of these things are that we have inside the budget that can be not taken out, but just be readjusted, just to revise it. We want to try to settle the teacher's contract. I know that that's a big issue that's going on now. We definitely want to look at the teacher's contract. We want happy teachers in this district. Without happy teachers in this district, things just don't get done properly. So that should be the #1 goal. It's no kind of order of importance, it's just the way I'm reading it down, but definitely a teacher's contract. We want to hire a full-time grant writer to see what type of grants that are out there for our district, and I think that's very important. Mr. Fink said earlier that we want to put a high-voc committee together of parents, teachers, concerned people in the community to let them see the inside of some of these board decisions that we're going to make. And if the community has a part in a lot of decisions that we make, that will make everything more acceptable for the community. Everything will be transparent, basically. The parents, the teachers from both communities can come in and give their opinions, give their ideals on some of the changes that they see us moving forward with. We also want to try to get Kindles for the public school system through a grant. That would be great. That would save us tons of money on books. We also want to try to create the vocational schools back, bring back the wood shop, bring back the automotive. The automotive classes that we have, because we all both know that some of our students, will not make it into college. Not because of the effort, but if they give kids a trade, something to look forward to when they get out of school, to look for jobs and whatever vocabulary skill that they have, that will be a lot better for the students. Bring back the learning academies for the summertime to keep the kids learning throughout the summer. That was something that we did last year, and we just want to continue that going as well. Also, bring up the graduation rate. To get the students, I know now we're heading on the right track as far as technology. There's smart boards inside the classroom, but we want to get our buildings, all buildings, up to the 21st century as far as technology goes. And I think now we're heading on that right path with the grants that we have in place already. A lot of the major changes that happen throughout this district. And these are just some of the points, some of the things that we're going to be focusing on moving forward. Thank you.
Mr. Seidler would like to say, oh, Ketsky, you should say something. Say something. Mrs. Ketsky would like to say some things about the non-pubs, please.
I'd like to let everyone know that we look forward to a year of increased services, better quality and more quantity. We hope to achieve that by hopefully bringing in more vendors than we already have, to create competition in more areas, and to hopefully utilize every dollar that we have to help it, make sure that it goes directly into the classroom. We hope that by next year we can come back and report that whatever services were being administrated now will be hopefully double. I don't know if that's the right number or not, but let's hope for it. And that's definitely one of our goals that we're going to try to get to. I want to assure anybody who's in this room or not in this room that no services will be cut, and no services will be lessened, and no services will be shut down, and no services will be changed. Regardless of what people may say, there is absolutely no intention, or will it ever happen on our watch, that anything will be changed from what it is now if we have anything to say about it. Thank you.
Also, a few more things. Be it resolved that the remainder of the agenda for both the organization meeting and the regular business meeting scheduled for tonight, 8 p.m., is hereby tabled until May 1st, and the board secretary is hereby directed to advertise such meeting with the closed session to commence at 6 p.m. All meetings, closed meetings, are going to start at 6 o'clock promptly, not 6:30. And going forward, Tuesday, May 1st. And the open session at 8 p.m. I direct the board secretary to give proper notice of the special meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act. And at this time, Arlene, would you like to review the unofficial certified votes by the council clerk?
The first motion we need to vote on is the designation of the newspapers. That's number one. If I have can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Roll call.
Mr. Munn?
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Seitler?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
I have a quick question. I see the three that you have here. I know during a past board meeting that we were going to put a newspaper from the Hispanic community on here, so it could be advertised there as well.
Yeah, but it was only once a month.
Yeah. I don't know the name offhand, but if somebody knows, that can help me. I'm sorry? Okay.
Is it more than a weekly? How often does it publish?
Oh, okay. Can we table this until the next meeting then?
We should,
You can add that at the next meeting.
if I can, through the chair, Mr. Fink?
It's not relevant, it's monthly.
Okay.
It's monthly?
No.
It's monthly, not weekly.
Then you can't.
It'll
Has to be
Mr.
weekly.
President?
Has to be weekly?
It used to be weekly.
Mr. President, if I can for a second, and to address the gentleman's concern, I just, first of all, thank you everyone for having faith in my firm, Schwartzheim, Edelstein, and Celso. On behalf of my firm, I appreciate the fact that I'm now able to give my first bit of advice to the board. Absolutely, an additional paper could always be added by the board as official newspaper. The vote right now, the matter right now up for the board is the question as to whether or not these three papers will be designated as the official newspaper, but at any point, with the, obviously by action of the board, you could always add a paper for, any paper as the board deems necessary.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Yes. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I'm not done. To finish roll call. Mr. Zlotkin?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Do you want to table the meeting dates?
Through the chair, would it be possible, since the agenda is tabled, I know that there's some bills that need to be paid. Can we just approve the bills that need to be paid so that we don't have to wait till May 1st? Is that possible?
I believe they have to be approved in April, am I correct? Yes, they have to be approved in April.
Yeah.
Whole finance, you would have to approve the whole finance.
So can I make a motion to approve that with an addendum?
Approve the bills?
I would agree. Let's pay the bills.
Mr. Mund?
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz?
One second.
Pay the bills.
Pay the bills?
You have to have a motion, you have to have a second, but you have to just clearly state what you're approving.
You only made a
Let
motion.
us
I'll
state
be the
exactly
second.
which
For
bill.
clarification, through the chair, through the president, if I could, Mr. Fink, if I could ask, the question right now before the Board of Education, let's just clarify if we can, through the business office on the other side of the table, is what I'm saying, to pay the bills, but specifically, is there an agenda item, a number that we're addressing here?
Yeah, it's going to be agenda item, page 1, number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H.
And the board secretary. And we can include,
So are you approving A through F? Is that how I understand? A through H? Okay, and that's the only vote that's being taken right now?
and we just have an addendum,
But this is from the business agenda, is that correct?
This is from the business agenda.
Okay, if I could I don't mean to throw a fly in the ointment here, but I'm going to. This is from the business portion of the agenda, which I know probably the business office wants to pay the items here, but that meeting has been scheduled, noticed for 8 o'clock this evening. So I would recommend that if the board was going to table the remainder of the agenda, doing so, taking action on the business items at the following meeting. So if you're going to suspend these matters now, to take action actually at the next meeting, which I understand as directed by the president would be Tuesday, May 1st.
Question, is there any issue with not having these things approved before the end of April?
Yeah, certainly that's a question for the business office. I mean, the difference is between today and Tuesday.
Well, Arlene, Lisa, is there any problems not approving these bills tonight?
Mr. Fink, the therapists, the consultants, they're on the bill list tonight.
Would you recommend we come back at 8 to have the bills paid, not wait till next Tuesday?
There are some things in here that really need to be acted upon.
Okay, I agree.
If
I agree we should come back, we should reconvene at 8 o'clock to pay.
If I could just ask the question, the items on here that need to be acted upon, were these part of the agenda for the meeting, for the business meeting noted? I mean, was this agenda?
Yes,
For the 8 o'clock meeting, yes.
Could I see the notice for tonight's meeting, and we might be able to act on. My point is, we might be able to act on it now rather than waiting until 8 o'clock.
I'm sorry, sir, I don't have.
That's okay. Obviously, right. We didn't have a chance, obviously, to speak about this beforehand. Okay.
Can we make? Can we make? Do and just approve?
Yes.
That portion of the meeting, because
You could, and then if we really needed to, we could. You could provide direction to pay. Obviously, and the board members are providing direction to pay tonight. You could vote on it now, and then if you need to, we could vote on it again on Tuesday just to support.
Let's do that.
We could do that, absolutely. So that way, not the whole public and the board doesn't have to wait until 8 o'clock to do this.
Okay, can you just read in an addendum of some professional development bills that need to be taken care of as well?
Okay, they are all included in C of the agenda.
I'm going to. No, so what? You know what? We don't have to sign the sheet, we'll do it. Transportation. In the meantime, until the portion of the bills are going to be paid, I just want to make a commendation actually to Isaac Zlotkin. He's been doing a tremendous job with the Transportation Committee. We don't have all the committees finalized yet, but this year we will have working committees. And being accountable to the children and the administration and the residents of Lakewood. Isaac is going to retain the Transportation Committee because of the great job he has been doing. Okay. Well, unfortunately or fortunately, we need to go into executive session for 5 minutes. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm sorry for the delay. Do we roll call?
Motion to make a motion.
Motion.
Make motion?
Motion to go into private session.
Second.
Aye, aye.